Okay, everybody take a deep breath. Let's look at the game from a less emotional standpoint and see what Arsenal actually did, which was quite impressive. I thought they were pretty good in the game, and we can leave that game with a lot of confidence. But before I begin, if you are new here, please subscribe and hitting the like button will be greatly appreciated. But where we're going to start is that big chance at the end. But I just want to talk about the rotation, the freedom allowed in the attack. Okay, maybe it's the last minute and it's just players taking the onus, but there's just triangles everywhere. Everyone is linked together, and it's been a while where we can say Arsenal have been consistent with this. But against Chelsea, it was all over the pitch. You can make links between the midfield, the base of the midfield, Ødegaard back in there. I think Ødegaard was so key today in knitting everything together, because for me, Ødegaard's best thing is the way he sort of links the play with everybody else. Involved here in this chance that, obviously Trossard misses in the end. But just look at how everybody is just in the same sort of zone and connected. I really did think this was nice. I think Timber in particular, the number 12, was very impressive. He would come into these areas, he'd be wide sometimes, he'd be inverted, he'd drive with the ball, he'd create stuff. And that's what I want to be seeing from my fullback, the sort of responsibility to go both inverting but also go wide. And Saliba as well. We've talked about this little half space here. Timber has been really, that's his thing. He wants to be in these half spaces. This time it's Saliba recognizing the game state, and it was really good to see. And obviously, let's now move on to the next passage of this play. And here it is. I just want to show you the numbers in the box. We've been crying out for years for runners to get across the front posts, the back posts, the central areas, hanging around this zone as well where Ødegaard is. We've been crying out for this, and I know it's the last minute, and I know players have probably just taken the initiative to get in the box, but it's that hunger, that desire. This is how you're going to score goals, and we haven't seen it enough. Against Newcastle, we didn't have these many bodies in the box, and that's really disappointing. As a team like Arsenal, you want to win every game, you want to get as many points on the board. You've got to have that desire to get across the box, get in the box, create something. Saliba as well, his weight of pass was absolutely incredible. Let me into this zone, and it's such a shame that Trossard took it away from Havertz, because it was a really good move, and this is what we're all about, quick movement. Trossard following his pass, Ødegaard following his pass to get into the box, Havertz not just being stationary, getting across that 6-yard area. It was a really good move. Here is another example, 86 minutes in. Look at the triangles we're able to create here. Lovely there. Timber inverting, creating an option here. Trossard is able to then hold the width here. This is what Trossard did well when he came on. I know he missed his big chances, but he was always trying to hold the width and draw Neto, draw Reece James. Timber as well, coming in this little pocket. It leaves Reece James and Neto worried. They think, okay, do we stick or twist? And these are the rotations which kill sort of these big oppositions, having your players come into certain zones which, the opposition doesn't expect. Even here, Martin Ødegaard, I talked about him knitting everything together. Again, what if I was to tell you the furthest man forward in this attack is Ben White, number 4 here? This is what we need. We need a lot more of this, having players popping up into certain zones. This is what we were struggling with, earlier in the season. Players not rotating. This is what Arteta's built his football philosophy on. Players rotating, players come into different scenarios, different situations. This is how you catch the opposition off guard. Is this attack, further down the line? It's brilliant stuff. Gabriel Jesus in here, making the dart, making the movement, trying to get in behind, trying to force the issue. That's what I want to be seeing from my winger, from someone playing wide. Can you force the issue? Then I really love the space Marino picked up, box crashing. This is what we need, our players to be, from the midfield, trying to get into the box, trying to influence the game, trying to impact with a goal. Trossard as well, holding the width again. I know, a lot of you are frustrated with Trossard, but he did a really good job of trying to drag Neto, trying to drag Reece James towards him. And then Marino had the gap to then go into central areas. It was really good stuff. And again, we see the role of Timber inverting, and it's a beautiful sort of triangle again made. And it's all because of alterations, movement, players taking up positions where the opposition are blindsided. This is what we've needed for a very long time. And there you can see the captain again. He's not impacting the game directly, but being in this little space is very important. He is attracting players in and around him. Enzo, Caicedo, all around him here. I put arrows over them. They are worried about Ødegaard's position, and it's all because he's picked up a nice little space, allowing Gabriel Jesus to then make the dart inside. And I know this is all late in the game, but It gave me so much confidence, the combination, the rotations. This is what we're all about. Then another situation where we're in the final third, but again, we've got to be more clinical. That's probably the only thing I can say. Looking at this game back, Arteta had us building up in a really good way, getting us into the final third, but we just were not potent enough. Here, I don't know why, Saka's gone for the shot here. It eventually comes to Martinelli, who misses. But look, this is what I want to be seeing from Martinelli. Gusto's been dragged inside here, but Martinelli, look at him darting. This pass has to go here. And then he can play it across to a Havertz, to Declan Rice, who's in there. I know it's easy to draw lines and say, you should do this, you should do this. But this is what we've been known to do across the last seasons. Seeing the extra pass, knowing when to shoot, knowing when to pass. We've been so good at that. And when a shot isn't on like it is here, you've got to find the extra man, the runner. Even a little slipped pass into the pass of Declan Rice. We know Saka has the quality to do it. But to get in this scenario, it's only positive stuff I can really say. And again, I can easily create sort of another triangle. Look, everybody knitted together in some sort of way. We've not been like this for a very, very long time, where we can say the players are closely together and they're linking, they're rotating. Havertz, the number 9, is playing in the right wing position. Ødegaard's right wing back or right back, whatever it is. Saka's then taken up the Ødegaard position. Declan Rice is the centre forward. This is what we want to be seeing. And Thomas Partey, sort of at the base there. To be there, to be ready to pick up the loose passes. That's what it's all about. All of these triangles can be drawn because we're brave, because we're able to rotate, because we're trying to force the issue. In this 25 minutes in was a really, really good example of that. I've come on to FootMob to just show you the volume of the shots that we had. You'll see on the top of the screen here, Arsenal's shots, and just see the amount of shots there is in the Chelsea box. This is what you want to be seeing. You want to be having, high quality shots, high quality opportunities in and around the Chelsea box. And that's what we were doing due to the combination play. Then you look at Chelsea, there's not many shots from inside that area. And that just comes, to show defensively, we are not lost at all. The goal that Chelsea scored from the outside of the box from Neto, fantastic strike. Okay, Fofana, Gusto, those are big opportunities that they should score. But as a collective, as a unit, I think we did really well at counter-pressing today. We won the ball it's in so many good situations. It's going to be hard to completely mitigate the transitional threat that Chelsea have on the break, on the counter-attack. They have so many runners, so many people that can receive in spaces. You can't completely just nullify that. But I thought we did a good job of doing that. And, the shots there, 13 shots on goal, big chances created 4. That's what I'm trying to tell you when I say Arteta got us into positions where we have to be scoring. We've got to be more clinical, finding the extra man, knowing when to shoot, knowing when to pass. And when you're in a bit of a rut with low confidence, these sort of things aren't just second nature like it was at the end of last season, like it was 2 seasons ago at the start. It will come though. I have an ultimate and 100% trust in Arteta. It will come. And let's just look at that Premier League table now. 19 points, 4 off City, 9 off Liverpool. It doesn't look like great reading, but Liverpool's time will come. There's been so many situations that have impacted us in City. Injuries, red cards for us, silly stuff that has happened, Otherwise, we would be in the clear, but we know the Premier League. We've seen Liverpool run away with it at the start, then tail off. This title race is not over. Keep the faith, back Arteta.